First catch of the day so far. A little coon. This is where we had the miss in the dog proof yesterday that I still ain't figured out what happened. Pretty sure we got another one right down there where we had the other one yesterday. Yeah. See, can you see the tree shaking? I don't know which tree it is. I can't tell in this lens, but we got another. Dang, I can't tell anything with that. There he is. He's all right up. Oh, black looking coon. He's nice and dry. You gotta love these cows. Looks like it came through. Maybe it kicked the rock right on my set. There's a bunch of rocks in here anyway. Make me nervous. In hoofbeats, one of the things that O'Gorman talked about was a staked hide set. I've never done that before, so I've been saving some of my summer beavers that I've been catching. It'd work out better. I've just been freezing them, and they look fine frozen, but it'd work out better if I'd stretched them, and because that one's actually thawed out. But I've got a little piece of beaver hide staked here, just on another one of these big arroyos, these washes, and I'm just trying to change things up. You can see all the rocks. I mean, it's tough. Sometimes it's tough to get a good trap bed in, much less a dirt hole. So I've been trying to do different things. Hadn't really been using the shovel much. Been using this hoe handle or this hoe a good bit because this ground's so soft. And then just for these general Coyote and Bobcat sets, I'm just using my MB 550s wolf fang anchors. I can't remember if they're 12 or 15 inch wolf fangs. Polyfill under the pan. Pretty much my standard trapping setup. I didn't really do anything different for that. The biggest thing is trying to keep these rocks out from between my jaws and under them. You see that? There's some sand around. I'm gonna go get some sand to use it. This is some pretty nice dirt, especially when you you find a good spot of it that doesn't have all the rocks and all in it. Try to use these rocks here as a little bit of a, probably put a little lure under here, maybe a shot of urine on this side, and then maybe a little gland lure or something underneath that beaver hide, and we'll see. I may kind of help blend it in a little bit more, spread things out a little bit. See what we'll go with here. Go with some of Rusty Johnson's chain gang. Trying one of his lures, I can't remember which one it is. Might be the Justice. It's got a little skunk to it. Put it right under there. Since this is a O'Gorman set, we'll run a little bit of O'Gorman's Bighorn Medicine. I think this is what's rattlesnakes, ground up rattlesnakes, supposedly. Fold the old beaver hide down there. That thing ought to dry out pretty good today. Hopefully. I think I can get away, if I'm going to just use them for this, not even flesh them, just stretch them, and then I can cut them up and they'll be in good solid cubes. And then put a little shot of coyote urine right there, all in the hopes that he comes over this pan. This is a location we didn't set up until just now. We probably should have. It's again, it's not really but it's not really a classic location. You get this kind of wall ridge running on that side, and there's actually, I don't know if that's the river or oxbow or what on this side, and so it's kind of a good travel corridor. There's no real intersections or anything, but when you stop and look, you start seeing a good bit of sign, tracks and whatnot, and so we're just kind of making what we can. Some of these are fresh, some of these are old. The road does get traveled a little bit, so can't really sit in the road, but I just used that little mesquite right there, and it's got the branches coming off to the side, so I tried to use that to my advantage. The rock right there, I sit right beside the rock. There was actually some scat right out here. I moved it back there as kind of a foot placement. All I did was use some urine on the stick, and then a little bit of Caven's Violator right on the back. So just super simple and easy. And then Ryan, he set one up on that. There's a little wash going up that way, and he set one up right there in that bush, just off the road. They're running kind of both sides of the road, the middle of the road. So this is one we probably should have set up before, but we got it now. And yesterday, the coyote we saw was just around the corner there, and where we had the two traps dug up was just around the corner. So we're probably not 200 yards from those sets, but setting on sign warrants setting on sign, right? I'm gonna go in right here. Finally. Boy, he laid up. I don't know if something got to him, got after him or what. He ain't paying any attention to us though. That cat was sleeping. We got here, I shut the door, and he perked up, and all of a sudden that goes to show you what the, how much pain they are in the trap. All right, you can kill him. It's a nice big old tom. He's not near the quality of that first one we caught. You see, he's kind of woolly, kind of dingy. He ain't got near the pretty white belly. This looks more like a Georgia cat here. We got the remake made though. This was actually, it was a cubby that I'd set using a beaver head, and I remade it. I had it blocked off. You can see my beaver head there. I had it in the original set. I had the walls built completely out so that it had to go, in over the trap. Now, after the catch, I made it as I still kind of tried to block the beaver head off as best I could, but try to make it more of a walk through. That way, if a coyote did come by and he thought he might want to check it out, and I do still have some blocking around the trap, so that may deter him. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what that does. All right, my main man made him a catch besides a skunk. Another pretty bobcat. It's not far from where we just caught that other one in an Expand-A-Pan. We're gonna get him dispatched and take a better look at him. Just worth noting that this is an Expand-A-Pan catch, and you can see he is caught solid. That's a really good catch there. No complaints on this one. We're stacking them up today. That's a feisty one. Man, that's a pretty one too. Whew, we might need a trailer. All right, has a nice male coyote. He was toe caught, so we wanted to get him down quick. got the remake in. This was just kind of a shallow dirt hole. I just remade it as kind of a similar, just with a walkthrough. I had a beaver tail. I've been, I don't think I've been using them more than anything else, but it seems to be having pretty good luck. Just a skinned out beaver tail from where I'm skinning my tails for my wallets and stuff. Because I noticed that my dog loves them if I just throw him the skinned out tail, just the old fat gristle. And so I got some from the fleshing, so I threw a little bit more down that hole, redug out the hole. I've got some Weiser's MLC modified, a little bit skunky, and then some Dobbins Coyote number 3 coyote gland. And so we'll see. This is the location over there. The skunk man, he caught 2 skunks here so far. Nothing today, but that might have added a little extra appeal for dragging his coyote in. Not that we're done yet. We still got some traps, but our day would not be complete without catching Pepe. We got him. Alright, we've been told that we have a catch here. We're waiting to see whose it is, right across the levee. It's gonna tell. That's you, man! First coyote. Look at there. Man, we're having a good day. I just noticed, I didn't think about it before we got him out of the trap. We got that coyote dispatched though, and that was an expand-a-pan, and that was a full pad catch. That was a good catch, so I like it. So we do have a few, believe it or not, part of the what we're doing is there's some canals around here that help feed the agriculture, the cotton fields and all. And so, believe it or not, there are beavers that get active out here, and you can see, I mean, sometimes they have to get pretty creative. This is a dam pretty much made up of cattails, but so we're trying to also kind of do a little bit of beaver work while we're here. That coyote that we caught just now, that was the first night catch. We just set that in these farm fields because it looked like a heck of a good location anyway. You can see a trail over there. There's hogs that come through here too, so no beaver so far, but we are running a multi-species line, so we'll see what we get. And you can see these canals, and they get thick. This was actually kind of cleared out so that we could get in here, but otherwise, you can see it's kind of a sea of cattails and whatnot, so it's different beaver trapping. Bam, this is the last trap. Didn't see anything. Man, what a pretty cat. We just said this is the first night catch, just this one and the coyote, both caught last night. You can see kind of the fields over here, the mountains in the background. Dang, I don't know if we're gonna top this day. So we get a little hero shot action of the final tally. 3 cats, 2 coyotes, 2 coons, and a skunk. Starting out, we didn't think we was gonna do near that good, but it's crazy. So the 2 outside cats were caught a couple hundred yards, maybe a quarter mile or so from each other. The middle cat was caught down here in the farmland, but even just, you know, the first cat that I caught the other day, it was had such a pale white belly, and it was so clear. This one's kind of more woolly and maybe a little more red looking. Then you got this one with the spots on the back, spots on the belly, nice white belly. And this one's kind of a mix. It's got a lot nicer white belly than that one does, but a little bit more red. Got a little bit of a black tinge to it. This day's gonna be hard to beat, but we dang sure gonna try.